Hello, everybody. So let's start our Monday session, getting our energy, emotions, thoughts all in line for the best version of the week. And on this note, feel free to have your camera on and off as you wish. And I'm trying. Oh, yeah, everyone's muted. Okay, perfect. So, first of all, before we start, if you feel like it, you can give yourself a little stretch, making sure that you're nice and loose within your own body. If you've been sitting for a long time before, you might want to stand up, shake your legs, and sit back down. And then when you're ready, sitting back, sitting down, first of all, just notice or pay attention to the weight of your own body where you're sitting. Noticing the point of contact between your body and whichever piece of furniture you're sitting on. And then allow yourself to move your attention all the way down to your feet. And there, press your feet on the ground a little bit more, just to feel that connection with the floor. And notice again the weight of your feet on the floor. And set that intention to ground yourself, allowing your energy to rush down into the core of the earth. Maybe even giving a little gratitude to the earth for allowing our existence on this plane. And then moving your attention and your focus all the way back up to your chest, and in the middle of your chest to your heart. And to connect with our hearts, we'll either put a hand on our heart to touch it and feel the touch, this sensation of touch there, or else just tuning in a little bit more into hearing or feeling the sensations of your heartbeats in your chest. Then you can imagine or visualize as if your breath is flowing in and out directly through your heart. Imagining your breath flowing in when you breathe in and radiating out from your heart when you breathe out. And as you do this, slowly but surely, adjust your breathing to be a little bit slower and deeper than usual. And as much as you can, as regular and rhythmical as you can. And we'll do this together for a minute or two. Just allow your breath to soften and deepen and get more and more regular with each cycle of breath. And I let you know when we're ready for the next step. Okay, and now you might be experiencing a sensation of calm, peace coming over you as a result of this heart-focused breath. And let's take advantage of this neutral state to first reminding ourselves of the vision that we have for our future. What is the direction that we want to give our life? Where are we heading towards? And here it can be your vision for life, or else maybe some shorter term goals that you're working on. Just reminding yourself of what's ahead. And if you're thinking about the goals that are coming up for you, also ponder on the aspirations that you have behind the goal. Maybe the goal is obvious, like making more money, having a promotion. But then what's the aspiration behind it? Maybe it's because you want to buy a house or travel the world, making sure your family is safe. And then again, behind the aspiration, maybe what's the essence of the aspiration, as in its vibration, its energy, the emotion behind it. For example, either maybe freedom, excitement, adventure, or simply peace or stability. So allow yourself to reflect on that. And once you have reminded yourself of the picture that is coming, we're now going to briefly turn ourselves towards the recent past and just look at the week that has just finished and assess maybe how aligned already we are or not with what we want for the future. So to do that, very simply, allow yourself to remember, bring to your awareness everything that happened last week, and without discrimination, looking at everything you think worked really well, but also everything you think didn't work as well as you hoped for. And taking all of this as useful information and asking yourself, okay, where was I feeling in the flow, or where was I feeling constrained? Asking yourself, what would I want more of? What would I want to maintain and nurture that's already great in my life? Or else, what would you rather change or let go of? And when you're coming across something, some results or outcomes that either worked well or didn't, always ask yourself, what was the process also that led to the outcome? Because sometimes something looked like it worked well, but then the process to get there didn't bring you joy or wasn't feeling very much aligned with your values. And vice versa, sometimes things don't work out, but yet on the journey, there was a lot of joy you felt in the flow. So just notice these things as well. And what does that say about you, about what you love, what makes you happy, and mostly what you really want more of in your life. So again, let's ponder for another minute or two, and I'll let you know when we're ready for the next part. Okay. And now let's ask ourselves this one question. What if a version of last week was to repeat itself over and over into the future? Does it look like it is already aligned with our vision? And does it look like it would surely bring us closer to it? Is it at least heading in the right direction? Or does it look like we're off track at the moment? And again, don't judge yourself, don't judge the answer. Whatever the answer is just valuable information. And in case if you feel you're not perfectly aligned yet, it's okay. That's what we're doing here every Monday. Readjusting the trajectory 1 week at a time. Okay, so now let's start to do that. And first, let's invite our imagination to play. And now we're gonna imagine the best possible version of the week that is starting today. So what would a most aligned week look like, sound like, and feel like? What would a week when you're absolutely in the flow, what would it again look like, feel like, sound like? So here my suggestion is you can start by imagining yourself being at your best and being and feeling in such a flow that everything that is in your direct control to achieve, you are powerfully, easily, smoothly bringing to fruition. So what does the week look like when you're at your best, you're in the flow, you're aligned with your values, you're being productive, you're making decisions and taking action easily, you're motivated, and you are making things happen? Then what does the week look like? What are you creating? What are you producing, achieving, generating? And then, as you imagine yourself in such a flow that generates such powerful creations, you're starting to notice that your flow is contagious, and it seems to inspire people around you. It seems somehow that it opens doors because everything else around you is flowing easily and effortlessly. So what does the week look like when you've created such a flow that even the things that are not in your direct control seem to align, and that everything seems to work out for the best for everyone involved? Then what do you notice? What do you see? What do you hear? What opportunities, possibilities, connections are happening as a result? What impact are you having on the people and the world around you when it feels like the universe is conspiring to support your vision? What are these? What possibilities, what opportunities seem to flow into your life as a result? So allowing yourself to also imagine the unexpected things that you couldn't even have thought possible, surprises. What would that possibly look like, sound like, feel like when the universe conspiring to support you brings you even new opportunities? Allow yourself to dream big, just imagining what could possibly surprise you coming into your life in a good way that you weren't maybe expecting right now. And then let's set an intention that maybe we're also open to welcome into our life opportunities and possibilities that we are not even yet able to imagine. Some possibilities that would look so different than what we're familiar with. So here, just set that intention that even if it looks widely different from what you're expecting or from what you're used to, you will acknowledge and recognize these possibilities for what they are. You will understand that they're aligned with your vision, and you will welcome them into your life. Just allow yourself to agree that you're open to those. Okay, and now let's start to notice how we are feeling as a result of imagining these best possible scenarios. Scenarios that we know are aligned with our vision because we've created them that way. We've imagined them that way. How does it resonate inside our bodies? Remember, your mind doesn't really know the difference between real or imagined, so let's take advantage of it. And just notice how you feel. Maybe it's feelings, emotions, sensations you know very well and you can put a name to them. And maybe they're more subtle sensations. You're not quite sure how to describe it or name it, but you can feel it inside yourself, and it's perfect as well. And in any case, we're going to work on getting them, on expanding them, and making them more vibrant. And to do that is very simple. Just going to invite you to imagine as if you're breathing in and out these sensations with each of your breaths through your heart. So just imagine that on each in-breath, these sensations are entering your body through your heart. And in doing so, they are filling up your system. They are spreading through every part of your body, allowing you to feel them with even more intensity. And it's a little bit as if it's filling up your emotional tank. It's raising your vibration. Your whole body starts resonating, vibing in unison with these sensations. And then also on each of your out breaths, now imagine that through your heart, these sensations are radiating out into the space around you and in front of you. And with each cycle of breath, they're radiating out further and stronger. Every time you breathe in, feeling them with more intensity inside of yourself. And every time you breathe out, witnessing them flowing out in front of you with more and more power. Every time you breathe in and out, these sensations are flowing in and out through your heart, charging up your heart to the maximum. And now we're going to imagine again that as if your heart is charged up to the maximum, it is now so powerfully full of these sensations that as it's radiating them out into the space in front of you, it is turning into the most powerful laser beam you have ever seen, even in your wildest sci-fi movies. So imagining as if from your heart, this powerful laser beam is shooting out into the space in front of you, and it's carving out a portal, literally opening up a space in front of you. It's opening up this door that you know is not just a door into space, but it's also a door into time. It's a portal that opens up to a new, more aligned timeline for the week that we are starting today. So now I'm going to invite us to start making our way towards the portal, knowing that as soon as we're stepping through it, the path behind us will dissolve, committing us to stepping into the portal and the new version of time for ourselves. So as you walk now through the portal, confidently, you're now entering a new version of the week, a version that is aligned with its best possible version, a version that supports your goals, your vision. It supports you when you're in the flow and when your flow is impacting everyone else in a positive way. And so now, as you're stepping on this doorstep, I'm gonna invite you to take a moment to enjoy connecting with this new version of reality. Just noticing how you're connecting with it. Maybe as you breathe in and out deeply, you're feeling literally in your body as if you're connecting, buzzing with this new timeline, with this new reality, as if all of these new possibilities somehow are tickling you. They're somehow entering your body, making their way all the way into your cells, where you resonate with them and they resonate with you. And maybe if you're a visual person, you would notice some things in this new environment. Maybe you're seeing things differently. Maybe you're seeing lights or colors in a different way. Maybe they're more vibrant. Maybe they're brighter. Whatever it is for you. And maybe you're more of an auditory person and you hear what this new version of reality sounds like. Maybe it's louder or more quiet. Maybe you recognize some voices or you hear some new voices. Maybe you even hear a message. Who knows? Maybe you're also smelling things. Maybe there is a distinctive scent to where you are right now. Maybe if you imagine as if you're touching something, you can even feel the texture of what you're touching, as if it's anchoring you in this new reality. I'm going to invite you to just enjoy starting to make a few steps. And now we're going to make sure that we're going to keep that strong connection with this version of the week as we get about our day. And to do that, we're going to create a reminder, an anchor that will instantly bring us back into this version in case we get a bit sidetracked throughout the week. So the anchor is something very simple. It's just a physical gesture that is easy for you to remember. It can be touching your thumb and index finger together. It could be maybe touching your heart with your hand. It could be something more subtle, like rolling your shoulders back or taking a deep breath. So, or anything else of your choosing. So first of all, just choose your anchor. And now, again, as you're enjoying and feeling this connection with this new reality, noticing how you feel, how expanded and connected you feel. Now, apply your anchor. So if you chose touching your fingers, touch them now. If you chose touching your heart, do it now. If you chose taking a breath, take it now. And now, just know that you are associating this anchor, this gesture, with this new version of reality. It will be your strongest reminder at any moment that you choose to apply it, that this version of reality is here, that you're living in it. And it's your signal to your own mind, your own body, and the universe that this is real. And with this anchor, you will make sure that you'll be noticing all of the clues, all of the signs that remind you that you are indeed in this version of reality. You will remember, you will notice all of these moments when you're in the flow. You will notice these synchronicities, these new opportunities. You will notice how you feel, these ways of being that are well aligned. So again, let's take a few more deep breaths in and out, anchoring these possibilities into ourselves. And let's take one more deep breath. Before slowly bringing ourselves back into this new here and now. And to do that, we'll just rub our hands together until they're warm. Bring them at the top of our heads. And from there, gently touch every part of our body, as if we are reminding ourselves of the boundaries of our own bodies. So starting from the head down to the shoulders and the arms, and the front of the body, and the sides of our body, of our rib cage, down to our hips. Also touching as much of our backs as we can reach. And then from our hips all the way down our thighs, knees, lower legs, and all the way down to our feet. And if you can touch your feet, it's great, but if you can't, it's okay. Just press your feet into the ground one more time. Again, feeling that connection with earth. And maybe finishing by again giving some gratitude to the earth for allowing our beautiful experience. And then when you're ready, you can open your eyes. So thank you so much for joining me today. Have a wonderful week, and I will see you next Monday. Bye.